What is going on, guys? It's Sean from Kenco Outfitters in Kingston, New York, here with our first bow review of the year. The new from Bowtech, the Virtue. Just released. We just got them in. They released at ATA this year and then took a little while to get out, but we were able to get one of the first batches out. So, a little bit about this bow. Mass weight is 3.7 pounds. Draw lengths are from 25 to 30. Reaches all the peak weights, 50, 60, 70, whichever one. You can get it in any poundage limbs that you choose. And of course, they all go down by 10 pounds. I think IBO speed, you're talking about like 344. Axle to axle, 32 inches. And the brace height is 6.19. So just under 6.25, but you get that extra speed from it. So hopefully it makes up for it. First impressions, the bow super light. For me, the axle is a little shorter than what I would like it, but for a lot of people, this is like a perfect spec'd out bow. Exactly what they want in a hunting bow for hunting in a tree stand or in a blind. Nice, compact, smaller, while still being able to get that good balance from it not being too short like some of the 27.5s or even the 29.5s. A couple of the other things about this bow that is really nice, all titanium hardware. So all the bolts that you see on this bow, all the hardware on it is all with titanium to help from stripping and rusting out in the weather. So super nice to have that on here. Really brings up the quality of the bow quite a bit. The other things, of course, with Bowtech, like they've had for several years, is the deadlock cam system. Tuning the bow, just a set screw, put your Allen key in, you can move the cam left or right. Do that on the top and bottom. Then last year they released on all the hunting bows the deadlock grip system. Same thing, lock screws on both sides of the grip. Put an Allen key right here in the front and you're able to move that grip out or in, depending if you like a higher wrist or a lower wrist. You could really get this bow to fit you. And then along with that is the deadlock timing system. Same thing, lock screw right here on the side, and then if your bow's out of time, you can physically move that cable up and down right here on the cam. Besides being able to do all this without having a bro press, the other thing that's super nice is for the deadlock timing system, at least, is where you're not putting a lot of wear on your cables, because a lot of times, like here at the shop, a bow is out of time, someone needs a tuning, I have to put it in the press, take that cable off, put a twist in it, and then put it back on. And over time, if you have to do that several times, it could cause some separation in those cables because you're physically twisting it and re-putting it on that post, which then usually wraps around a mod or anything else on that cam. So eventually from bending and then turning and bending the other way, you end up getting that separation. So it saves the life of the strings a little bit when you do need to retime this thing. So this one I have in my hands is the Tack Black 70 pounds. Right now it's at a 29-inch draw length, and we're gonna give it a couple of shots and see what we think. All right, so we're gonna give this thing a couple of shots. Again, right now I have it set at 70 pounds, 29 inches, and we're gonna see how this thing feels. A lot of people are really liking it, so I'm interested to see how it feels finally getting to shoot it. So let's see. Super smooth draw. Really, really smooth all the way through. There's no hump. A lot of times, especially at 70, you'll get a nice smooth start, and then you'll get a little bit of hump right before the let off, which you got to get over and then get back. This is just nice and smooth all the way through, all the way to where you get to the let off. Very, very smooth shooting bow. Very stable as well. Um, that thing did not want to move at all. It was very, very stable in the hand. Yeah, super smooth. And it just wants to sit there. Doesn't want to jump on you. Doesn't want to yank you forward, so it's not overly aggressive. Like no vibration in the hand whatsoever. Really, really dead in the hand. Wow. It's actually a great shooting bow. Granted, I don't have a lot of the hardware. Sometimes that can cause a little bit of the vibration, which a lot of people get confused thinking that it's the bow when really it's could be because of the sight that you have on it. If it's not a really good quality sight with tight tolerances, it could rattle them around a little bit, even on the bow, cause a little bit of vibration. Um, but with how I have it set up with just a standard whisker biscuit and the knock tie on D loop just to be able to throw some shots through it, it's truly just dead in your hand. No vibration at all. Super smooth, super sturdy. You could hold that thing all day and it just wants to sit there. It didn't want to go one way or another, didn't want to torque at all. Even drawing it back, it didn't want to do a little bit of torquiness, while you're settling in. It just dead from start to finish. Very impressed with it. Super, super smooth, super great shooting bow. Um, this thing's going to be a killer this year because, like I said, this is like ideal specs, 32 inches. Um, yeah, great shooting bow. So if you want to try one out for yourselves, definitely check us out over at Kenco Outfitters in Kingston, New York. You could even call ahead if you want or not. Just come on in and say that you saw the video and you want to give this bow a try because this is going to be a super popular bow. I could see it now, especially once people get it in their hands and actually get to experience it themselves because great, great shooting bow with a lot of great features on it as well. So thank you all for watching and we'll be back with another review.